Doneil, thank you very much for your time. You seem to be really enjoying your time here in South Korea.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a great adjustment. Something that I wasn't sure about in the beginning, but coming into a place where the pandemic started, not too far away, and then kind of getting familiar with it, how to deal with it, following the protocols, and then still being able to have a life outside of football too, kind of helped me a lot because I haven't been able to see much family over the year, the calendar football year. So no, my life in Korea is amazing. I met some amazing people, and yeah, the football this year has been really good. So it helps with everything else.
Last night you played your first 90 minutes of the season, I think. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I feel sore for sure. I've come into a routine of things, and knowing that most training sessions are usually in the afternoon, so I still go in the mornings and just do my prep, core, stretching, and treatment. Always my mornings are always packed with treatment and making sure my body is prepared and prepped well. So today, the day off, I'm still gonna continue with starting my day off with some treatment and rehab, and then go back home and probably just have a chilled, relaxed day.
Yeah. It's been a very, very quick and relentless start to the new season. But I want to just go back to the start of when you first moved to Suwon. How did the move materialize?
It's funny. I was on a away trip, uh, and I was talking to one of my ex teammates in Vancouver, and he told me his agent wanted to talk to me. I said, yeah, sure, and I just sent him on to my agent, and they kind of had a conversation. Uh, I've seen like a formal contract kind of written up, and I had no idea about the K League. I haven't watched the game. All I knew, I had a teammate in Vancouver, in Bumfuang, who kind of told me about it. So I kind of talked to him, and I asked him about the team, and he told me it was a very big team in Korea with a lot of history, and he was the one who kind of gave me that confidence and understanding and kind of introduced me to the K League. And then I kind of started to kind of get more familiar with it, and when it came up to time to kind of contract time in the MLS where I was trying to get a new deal and couldn't find something that I thought was something that I deserved. So I pursued other options, and I just wanted to see Korea and see what it was like before I made that big transition and big move, because it's a very, very big move to leave North America and then to go to somewhere that far and be away from your family and stuff. But when I went here, I felt really comfortable, safe. The club is first class, very professional, and made me feel very comfortable about my decision moving forward.
Well, speaking of MLS, how does the K League compare to that league in terms of the style of play and the physicality and things?
Yeah, I think that two very similar leagues. K League's interesting because when you think about North American players, you think about physique, strength, just like freak athletes, and then you mix that with the players that they start to bring, the young players that they bring in from like South America, and then the DPs who also add character, class, and experience that could play abroad too. But I think the K League is more structured and more in what they do. They take pride in their players and want to bring their players up too. And you can tell because they have a really good national team, and they flourish at the international level for years. The players that they usually target are what I see are Brazilian players or players from that caliber. So they're really good. It's a really good league. But you don't see much. The players that I've seen are played in Korea are not players that I've ever heard of. I've heard of before until I came across them. MLS was a lot of marquee players who have made European impacts and stuff. The league is very strong. A lot of quality teams. But it's like one of those leagues where any game and every game, like you have to bring 100% focus because any team can beat any team. Any team at any time can win.
Yeah. Well, you're back from injury now. You're starting games. How does it feel to be back in the team finally?
Oh, finally, I was losing my head a bit, thinking I'm ready before I was ready. Just wanted to get back, itching to get back. But now, no, I'm happy that I followed the plan with the medical staff and the coaching staff who give me the full trust and to come back and to get my minutes and to help the team as much as possible. But no, for me, I'm happy to be back because obviously it's playing obviously with my club team, but also being able to hopefully represent my national team very soon again. Also is something to look forward to, and knowing that the World Cup qualifiers are just around the corner.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when the team are playing well and you are on the sidelines, does that make it even harder because you want to be part of that success?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what I mean? You always find yourself in a tough situation when the team is doing well, because it's really tough because when the team is doing well and you're not in the team, you're not going to play, and that's just the nature of the game. You don't change too much. You gotta wait for times like now where there's a lot of games and they come in quick. They're coming around quickly. Players are gonna start fatigue, and some players need a day, an extra game off, or time to kind of recover. And that's when you need to be ready to make your case. So I just tell like you gotta stay ready. You gotta stay ready at this level. Keep it professional. And make sure that you're doing the right thing. Because if you're not, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah. Well, you came off the bench and then scored the winner against JG United. What a comeback that was.
Yeah, that's the character of the testament to the boys and the coaching staff. We started really slow. I knew I wasn't going to start the game, but I knew that I would probably get an opportunity to play. And I'm just itching to get minutes and build my fitness and get better every game. So when I got on, I knew I had to do a job. And it was pretty simple. And if I can score a goal here and there, obviously I'm doing it for the team and for the boys. So it was a great comeback win. It just shows character that until the last whistle blows, we would never give up.
So that was something that was part of the coach's game plan to sort of make use of you from set pieces and things like that.
Of course, like set pieces are a big deal, especially in this day and age. They can decide a game. So the more sharp we can, the more clever we can be. Definitely, we can definitely have an edge over teams if we're more technical on set pieces.
You ran over to the fans to celebrate. It must have been a huge relief to sort of see them in the stands again and celebrating. What's it been like to play in empty stadiums or with reduced capacity during the pandemic?
It changes the atmosphere, because you would be surprised how much the supporters of clubs play a role to build that atmosphere. Some places are very hard to play in. You can't hear your teammates. Sometimes it's a hard place to play in. But to be able to celebrate my goal with the supporters of the club, that's one thing I can say about the supporters of the club. They're diehard. They're diehard for the club, and they show their appreciation to the players. It hasn't been easy. Obviously, they haven't been to stadiums much, but even via like Instagram and whatnot, they do recognize the players. They do show support through messages and whatnot. So you just want to work hard and make sure you're doing all the right things because they do take their football serious and they are passionate. So when I can show them how much I appreciate them, I definitely don't shy from doing that.
For sure. Well, obviously, the next game came quite soon after that JG game, but you're back on the bench again. Were you a little bit disappointed not to start? Like, Gaffer, I just scored the winning goal.
No. Everything. We talk about these things, you know what I mean? Like, what's best for the team, what's best for me. I'm still, like I said, I said it before, I'm still coming back from my injury, so playing too many games too quickly could put a hamper on me. I'm just slowly building my condition back up and getting back into it. So going into that game, I knew I wasn't going to start in mind. So it wasn't a pride thing, or of course you want to start every game, but if he thinks what's best for the team is doing well too. I have no decision as long as you tell me.
Sure. Well, the coach, obviously, you mentioned him a little bit earlier, but what is he like to work with? He's done such a great job so far at Suwon. His record kind of speaks for itself since he took over last year. But what's he like day to day? Is he hands-on on the training ground?
Yeah, he's definitely more hands-on. I've had a few coaches here now. Definitely a coach that he's the boss. You know what I mean? Like his presence is felt. He's a lover of the game, obviously a lover of this club. Passionate, also played here. So he really does want to do well. He takes his job serious, and it shows. He's really instilled a way of play within us, but definitely you can see the mental change from last season to this season. Our last two results, we tied against top teams. Last year, we would have been celebrating and being happy for a tie. We're really pissed off to know that we squandered points against Ulsan, who's now in the top of the K-League after beating Jeonbuk yesterday, and then squandering our lead, our 1-0 lead in the 90th minute. So you can tell the boys are mad, and being mad is a good thing because it shows that we know we can scuffle and fight with the best of them and get results. We've done it so far this season. We've had some really big wins, but we've also played some good football and scored some really good goals. So no, we're definitely on the right path, and we just want to continue to do these kind of things.
Yeah, and obviously, as you said earlier, the schedule's been very hectic, but it means that if you do have a disappointing result, you don't have to wait too long to sort of put that right. You got another game coming up in a few days' time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you can just bounce back and make the next one right. This month has been really testing. I think it was gonna be 8 games this month, and how we've done it. It's not even that it's 8 games; it's 8 games, and I think a lot of them are top teams, and we've gotten results. So all of these points that we were going to before the break is it's really important. So no, everybody's focused. We talked about it. We set targets and goals, and everybody. The good thing is everybody's on the same page.
Yeah. Well, you sit third. You're not that far off the top of the table. What do you think is a realistic target for Suwon Bluewings this year?
Winning. That's the target we set. We want to win. Professionalism and like you said, I think we're 3 points off the top spot right now. I think top spot has 29 or 30 points. I think we're now on 27. So realistically, we're right in it. So realistically, we want to win.
Yeah, for sure. Well, speaking of threes, you've been playing in the back three for Suwon for quite a long time. What's it like? Do you like that kind of back three setup?
No, it's not my ideal formation for me, but as long as I'm playing, I'm gonna do the job. I like playing in the back four, but since being here, I last year I played a lot of my time as the center of the three. I find myself playing as one of the side back, the left or the right. It's not a problem. It's just more structured and knowing when to move into it. It's all about moving in formation and in a structure of things. It's one of those things where it can work really well when done well. But if it's not organized, then it's not something that you've worked on. It's a disaster to play.
Yeah. We've got two very good wing backs and lots of good players in that team. You've got lots of good young players like Jung Sang Bin, Kim Tae Wan, for just to mention two. Then you've got experience like the captain there as well. You've got a very good mix there, I think, at Suwon Bluewings, and that will definitely help you to sort of try and achieve that goal.
Yeah, definitely. What I love about those boys, they're fearless, especially even Hyung Muk, number 14, has played a lot of minutes this year. He just a good debut. A lot of these boys, Neil Sang Bin debuted this year, but you have Taewon, Daewon also, who's been playing left side of the center back. Has played really well this season. Has an unfortunate little injury, but no. What makes me happy is that the young boys are fearless, and then they work hard and they listen and they listen. So that's obviously one of the most things about development is taking criticism, learning. Sometimes you're not going to be in team, sometimes you are, but just keeping the right mentality and not thinking that you're better than you are, and just keeping your head down and working. And testament to the older players have kept them grounded, and just by leading by example in training. Training has been really sharp and has been really good.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the fixtures now. You've got the
Yeah.
FA Cup game as well. Chance for a trophy there.
Listen, as long as we can, every game we take them game by game. Of course, the league is obviously most important, but I think guys will also get a chance to show why they should be in the team for these cup games, especially in the early stages, and make a case for themselves, and they deserve that. So whoever suits up for those games will definitely know that it's an addition to continue to keep pushing for more minutes.
Yeah. All right. Well, Doneil, thank you very much for your time. I'll let you go in and get your recovery done. Good luck this weekend and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, boss. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.